Hey, Motorman here with my tip of the week. Before I even go into that, I want to remind you to hit the subscribe button, and right alongside that subscribe button there's a little bell. If you click that bell every time I come out with a new video, you get notified about it. I want to show you this because this is really great. This is a USB, and on this USB is my entire Ride Like a Pro video, 2 hours long, plus Surviving the Mean Streets video. And you could plug it into your computer or wherever you want to plug it into, but just to show you here, we have it plugged into the phone so that when you go to practice, if you want to watch a particular exercise and see exactly how it should be done, just plug it into your phone, watch it, and then go out and practice. Now this week we're going to talk about getting over that fear of dropping your motorcycle. And there's a couple of reasons why people drop their motorcycle. Probably number one reason is they don't have a good idea how to use the friction zone, the clutch and throttle. And the other reason would be to hit your front brake at low speeds when the handlebars are turned. If you do that, it's going to pull you to the ground like a magnet. So at low speeds, when you want to use the front brake or the rear brake, really just coming to a stop, use both your brakes, but make sure the handlebars are pointed straight ahead. Now the friction zone, that's what's going to keep you from dropping your motorcycle. You must master the clutch and throttle. What happens is when your motorcycle is running, you put the bike in gear, we're transferring power from here, from the throttle. It's going to go through the clutch to the back wheel. You want to keep power going to the rear wheel, and the only way to do that smoothly is to use that friction zone. Now, it's not a mystery place. Everybody knows where the friction zone is, because every time you let your clutch out and start to take off, you've entered the friction zone. At low speeds, you just want to stay in that gray area. Don't let the clutch all the way out. If you let the clutch all the way out, the slightest movement of the throttle causes the bike to leap straight ahead. So if you're wanting to turn, you're at low speeds, and you let that clutch out all the way, you move that throttle just slightly, the bike will straighten up and leap straight ahead. The easiest way to start figuring out how to use that friction zone is to start the motorcycle up. Put your foot up on the brake, make sure the bike is in gear. Let the clutch out slightly, bring the throttle up, but don't let the bike move. Feel that brake holding the motorcycle back. Now enter the friction zone. A little more throttle, a little less brake, and the bike will start to move. The easiest thing to do to get a really good handle on where that friction zone is and how to use it is to practice the slow race. And I'm going to have a camera, by the way, pointed right at my hand so you know exactly what my hand is doing. There's no mystery there, but I'm going to have this camera pointed there. The idea is to get to about a walking pace, maybe a slow walking pace. Your rev should be just above idle, maybe 1500 RPM. I'm using first gear, and I got just a tiny bit of pressure on the rear brake. When you're making turns at low speeds, a little bit more pressure on the rear brake. But get this down, it will help you and will stop you from dropping the motorcycle. You have to get familiar with the clutch and throttle and using that friction zone. If you have a real problem with this, and maybe your hand is kind of weak, maybe some women have a problem with it, well, get one of those exercise things, work on it for 10 or 15 minutes a day, but really the clutches aren't that bad. In fact, this motorcycle is equipped with a soft brake clutch. That's what that is this is bent slightly back so that it doesn't grab all the way out at the end of travel. It really helps because on the bikes with hydraulic clutches, there's no adjustment. So if you get the soft brake clutch lever, it allows it to grab much closer to the grip and gives you more control. Now I'm going to run through a few maneuvers so that you can see exactly what the motorcycle can do if you get a good handle on the clutch and throttle. That is really the key to everything. when you're learning this, you could use one of two methods with the throttle. Either hold a dead steady throttle at about 1500 RPMs or constant rhythmic motion with the throttle. I'm going to demonstrate that, and I'm going to exaggerate the rhythmic motion. But some people that helps. It allows me to ride more aggressively. Some people it doesn't help. So you find the method that works best for you. Either a dead steady throttle or use that vroom, vroom, vroom constantly. That, like I said, makes me ride more aggressively, which is what I do when I'm practicing. So I'm going to demonstrate that so that there's no, you can hear it and see it at the same time. I hope you heard that and understand exactly what I'm doing. It's simply blipping the throttle. And keep in mind also, as I'm making these tight turns, I'm shifting my weight to the high side. So if the motorcycle is leaning this way, I'm getting most of my weight to the high side. Try that, it's going to help you. And until next week, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
It's on now. Do it again.
Do you know how to turn that on and off?
Yes, you told me here, I turned it on. Then it goes blink, blink, blink like it's taking pictures.
Yes, it probably is because you hit it so many times. Let's shut it, doesn't shut it off. The side button shuts it off, the top side button.
Takes 4 clicks and then it goes to video. See, let me see you do it, hon. I did exactly